Hi guys, Kaiser here. I just got a little notification that a new update has dropped for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. It's apparently a pretty small patch, just some small things, but they have released a roadmap for the game. I haven't seen it yet, so I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and react to it in real time. So, let's go and dive in here. The game. Stability, performance. That's all really nice. Gameplay. Fixed an issue where capture ram siege elephants are doing higher than intended damage to town centers and gates. Okay, generating gold by only buying. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I read about that the other day. Apparently, there was a way to technically make infinite gold as the Saracens by buying and selling in the market. So, guess to fix that. All right, small little balance updates. All right. Okay, so I'm going to guess nothing terribly new in the actual patch. Let's get to that roadmap. Here we go. Summer, rematch shortcuts, in-game ranked map pool voting, and balance changes. Fall, popular mods as in-game settings. Something different unknown. It's someone's birthday, isn't it? More balance changes. Monthly updates, we're inviting some ancient friends to hang out. So you liked Dynasty's video, we're taking notes. Even more balance changes. Okay, let's go ahead and break these down section by section. And we can start with the summer category, which is interesting because we're in summer right now. The summer season, I believe, ends in mid-September. So I would expect these items within the next few months. Appropriately enough, they are the most detailed of the items on this list. And they also appear, at least in my opinion, to be focused on ranked play. Starting off here with rematch shortcuts. I think this is going to be really fun. I know I've played a lot of games on the ranked ladder where I had a really fun opponent. We had a great time together, and I wish we could go best out of 3. And if I'm being honest, I've had games too where I got beat really soundly by somebody using some cheese strategy, and I was thinking, boy, now that I know your game, I really wish I could take you on and try to get my revenge, right? So, for different reasons, rematch is an awesome idea, and I'm assuming this is for the ranked ladder. Theoretically, it could be something for the lobby system, but I think it's already fairly straightforward to invite people back into another lobby game, so this makes sense to me as a ranked ladder feature. We also have in-game ranked map pool voting, which will also be really fun. I'm sure it's a lot of work for the engineers behind the scenes, but it's going to be a really nice, neat little quality of life improvement for actual players of the game. I imagine most players don't even realize that the maps that show up from season to season in Age of Empires 2 online ranked play, those maps that are available are actually not randomized. They are voted on by the players, a couple of weeks before the next period starts. A lot of people don't know because it doesn't happen within the game. You actually have to go online onto the Age of Empires website and log in, and then you can vote that way. And so what they're doing now is they're moving that to within the game, and I expect that means that a lot more players will be aware of the ability to vote for maps, and that might change and shake up the kind of maps that we see. I think this is a really neat quality of life feature. The only thing I'm doing is crossing my fingers and hoping that it doesn't mean that we see the same popular maps over and over and over and over again. They've done a good job of that so far, so I don't think that'll happen, but that would be my concern. I just hope that, once everybody knows that you can vote on the maps, that we don't see... We already have Arabia and Arena sort of locked in as permanent constants, but I hope that means that we don't constantly see the same most popular maps showing up season after season after season. And then they have balance changes, which this, of course, doesn't tell us much as far as what will actually change, but I find this perhaps the most exciting of everything on this list because it confirms, alongside with the existence of this roadmap in general, that Age of Empires 2 is not done. They're not putting a bow on it, they're not walking away. They want to continue to invest in this masterpiece of a game. And that's really exciting to me, there's a plenty more Age of Empires 2 to come. I'm really, really excited about that. And so the balance changes, that'll be really neat. That'll be really neat. I wonder what kind of things they're actually going to do. What sort of balance changes will they make? Maybe leave some comments as to what you think they might do balance change-wise. But that's it for the summer category. We can expect those sorts of things to come up within the next few months. And then we have the fall category, which I'm interpreting a little more broadly as before the end of the year. I would rather give them some extra space and then be pleasantly surprised rather than assume it must be within the fall season and then be disappointed when it somehow gets delayed, right? So we have a couple of items here. First, popular mods as in-game settings. Now, I could interpret this in one of two ways, and I'm not sure what exactly they mean here. Either they are referring to some of the, funnier, goofier sort of community game things that we see from people like T90. Things like Exploding Kings or that random resource mod where everything costs, random resources. There's some pretty goofy, fun, tongue-in-cheek sort of matches that can be had there. It could mean something like that as options, or what would be a little more exciting to me is if they are going to incorporate things like the Small Trees mod or some of the improved resource view mods or the alternate flag icon mods. Some of these popular mods that people use for the competitive experience. If they're going to take those mods because they are so wildly popular and actually incorporate them in the game itself as options within the menu, that would be really neat. I would love to be able to just go into my menu, flick on the Small Trees option, and call it a day, rather than having to enable it as a mod every time there's a new patch, right? Which, by the way, patch just came out, so remember to enable your mods. Anyway, so I'm going to guess it's something like that, and that would be really exciting. Just being able to make it easier for people to take advantage of the small trees. So in my old video on how to get ready for ranked AoE2, I said, download these mods and things. For people to be able to just flick a switch within the menu makes it that much easier, and that would be really exciting. Then they have this really interesting section here, something different and unknown. It's someone's birthday, isn't it? Now, that's rather vague. I have no idea what they're talking about. At first glance, with something that ominous and that, mysterious, you would think, okay, there must be a new expansion coming out, a new DLC, right? And it could be. But they seem to be hinting very strongly about a new DLC in 2023. And they use different language for that. So I don't know if this is supposed to be just another DLC, just another expansion pack. Especially because they literally do say something different and unknown. Now, of course, it could just mean, an expansion pack from a different area of the world. It's purposely vague, right? But I'm wondering if it actually is something different. Maybe it's like some sort of cosmetic pack. I know a lot of people have been clamoring for, sort of regional unit skins and that kind of thing. That's rather popular. So, maybe it could be something like that or some other unique gift or opportunity that's different from what we have seen thus far. It's someone's birthday. I don't know what that means. It is interesting if you look at the release date of both Age of Empires 2. That was in September 30, 1999. So just outside of that summer period into fall. And then the Age of Empires franchise as a whole, with the first game released back on October 15th, 1997. So we do have upcoming, birthdays, if you will, for both Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires as a franchise, as a series. So it could be referring to those two dates, or again, technically it's saying someone's birthday rather than something's birthday, right? So maybe it's referring to some historical figure that they're referencing that we just don't know about right now. Who knows, right? But they're planning on celebrating something in that fall period, right? So that's going to be really exciting. I'm really curious to see what this could be. I'm going to guess some sort of cosmetic mod, but you guys feel free to chip in and tell me what you think. And then even more balance changes, exciting stuff, which again, signals long-term support for the game. That's consistent throughout all three categories here. Speaking of, we have our third category, 2023. So this is looking at all of next year. They've got the monthly updates, which doesn't tell us much. Even more balance changes, that doesn't tell us much. And then this middle section here, we're inviting some ancient friends to hang out. So, you liked Dynasties of India? We're taking notes. What on earth does this mean? First off, the first riddle here is, are these two hints, these two sections, referring to the same thing? Or are these actually two different aspects? I think the second part here, so you like Dynasties of India, we're taking notes, that is really obvious, open and shut. Dynasties of India sold well, Microsoft is happy, and they want to make more expansion packs for Age of Empires 2. They want to do more things like Dynasties of India, more expansion packs of the scope of Dynasties of India. So, if you look at what, DOI did compared to, Dawn of the Dukes or Lords of the West, Dynasties of India did a lot more. There's a lot more that they did to the base game. They released even more content, and people responded very positively to that. So it seems like they really appreciated that. They like it. They like the response that they got, and we're going to be seeing more expansion packs in the vein of Dynasties of India, which, in my opinion, is a really great thing. That's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming next. The question is, are they giving a hint as to what kind of expansion pack they'll be doing with this part right here? Or is this something totally different? And what do they even mean by ancient friends in the first place? Are they referring to Age of Empires 1 in some way? Are they referring to, maybe not AoE 1 as such, but maybe the next expansion pack is going to be around that fall of Rome period? We've already got the Huns and the Goths in there, so maybe more civilizations in that early medieval period, like maybe the Vandals or the Jutes or the Saxons or something, I don't know. But sort of those more classical civilizations, you almost want to say pre-medieval or early medieval civilizations. Is it giving us a hint as to what kind of expansion work they would be doing? Or maybe it's something completely separate, some sort of event. But then if Ancient Friends refers to Age of Empires 1, well then this birthday thing, must not be AoE 1. So who knows, right? It is a big giant riddle. They are purposely being very vague to pique our curiosity. And consider my curiosity piqued. I am really excited. Again, the big news for me more than anything is that they are working on the game. They are staying invested in the game. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition is nowhere near dead and on live support. They are continuing to produce and promote a lot more of this game, and I love it. I love it. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Leave me some comments. What do you think about some of these things? What do you think about the map pool voting? Is that going to be really fun? What do you think about this whole birthday thing? Do you think it's referring to the anniversaries of Age of Empires 2, or maybe Age of Empires as a whole? Or do you think it might be something else? And then what on earth is the deal with Ancient Friends? And where do you want to see Age of Empires expand next? Anyway, that should be really fun. I'm looking forward to reading the comments, guys. Thanks so much. I'll catch you around. This is the Iron Kaiser, signing out.